What if there were no more trees? Imagine waking up tomorrow morning and every single tree on Earth is gone. No warning, no explanation, just empty ground where forests used to stand. Sounds like a nightmare, right? But let's dive into what a world without trees would actually look like. At first it might feel weird, but not immediately disastrous. Your backyard oak tree? Gone. That shady spot in the park? Just a patch of sunburned grass? Cities would suddenly look a lot emptier, like someone turned off nature's background decoration. But the shock would hit fast. Trees are not just pretty green things. They're literally the lungs of our planet. Through photosynthesis, trees suck in carbon dioxide and release oxygen. One mature tree produces enough oxygen each year for 2 people to breathe. Multiply that by the estimated 3 trillion trees on Earth, and you see why they're kind of a big deal. So, what happens without them? Within hours, air quality in cities would plummet. Dust, carbon dioxide, and pollutants would build up, because nothing's left to filter them out. Breathing becomes harder, especially for kids, the elderly, and anyone with asthma. People might even start walking around with face masks. Not because of a pandemic, but because clean air itself has become scarce. Now, let's talk climate. Trees are natural air conditioners. They absorb heat, release water vapor, and keep ecosystems cool. Without them, global temperatures would spike even faster than they already are. Cities would roast under brutal heat waves. Summers would feel endless, and deserts would spread into places we never thought possible. And then comes the water problem. Trees aren't just decoration, they control the water cycle. Their roots pull groundwater up, while their leaves release moisture back into the air through a process called transpiration. This moisture helps clouds form and rainfall. No trees means no rain in many areas. Rivers shrink, lakes dry up, and droughts become permanent. Whole regions would go from green to barren in just a few years. And don't forget, trees literally hold the ground together. Their roots keep soil from eroding. Without them, farmland would collapse into dust. The Dust Bowl of the 1930s in the US? Multiply that by every farm, everywhere. Crops would fail, food prices would skyrocket, and hunger would spread across the globe. But humans wouldn't be the only ones suffering. Forests are home to 80% of all land animals and plants. Birds, monkeys, tigers, insects. Billions of creatures would lose their homes overnight. Many species would go extinct within weeks. Imagine entire rainforests of sound, the chirps, roars, and rustles replaced by silence. Economically, the world would take a massive hit. Entire industries depend on trees. Paper, furniture, rubber, fruit, nuts, medicine. Yes, medicine. Over a quarter of modern medicines are derived from rainforest plants. Lose trees, and we lose countless potential cures we haven't even discovered yet. And psychologically, life would change too. Trees have been part of human life since, well, forever. They show up in myths, fairy tales, and religions. People sit under them to think, play music, or fall in love. Without trees, our landscapes would feel alien, empty, almost sterile. Imagine a childhood with no climbing branches, no swings tied to trunks, no shade to sit under on a hot day. So would humanity survive? Probably, for a while. We'd scramble to build artificial air purifiers and climate control machines. Scientists would rush to engineer giant algae farms to replace oxygen production. Governments would declare global emergencies, but no matter what we build, it would never fully replace the simple, elegant job trees do for free. And here's the scariest part. Even if we had technology to fake it, it would come at enormous costs. Oxygen would become a commodity. Clean air might be rationed like water in a desert. Only the rich might afford lush green gardens under protective domes, while the rest of the world lives in dry, gray wastelands. So yeah, no trees doesn't just mean no shade. It means the collapse of ecosystems, food systems, climate balance, and maybe even human civilization as we know it. But here's the good news. Right now, we still have those 3 trillion trees. And while we're cutting them down faster than we should, we also have the power to replant them, protect them, and let them keep doing their thing, cooling the planet, giving us oxygen, and keeping life on Earth alive. And here's a fun trivia nugget for you. Did you know the oldest living tree on Earth is a bristlecone pine in California, estimated to be nearly 5,000 years old? That means it was already alive when the pyramids of Egypt were being built. Trees are not just plants, they're living history books, witnesses to human civilization. So the big question is, if all trees vanished tomorrow, how do you think humanity would cope? Could we build a world without nature's lungs? Or would we finally realize how much we depend on them? And hey, if this crazy what if made you stop and think, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more wild scenarios that make you wonder. Hit that notification bell, because life's too short not to ask, what if?